Continuing with our solving inequalities test, remember you're either marking a check mark or a question mark. 2 per every problem. 1 for the statement of the inequality, 1 for the number line. All right, number 7, we have variables on both sides. When you have variables on both sides, look to get rid of one of the variables. You can subtract 6q on both sides or subtract the 18q. Subtracting 6q, left-hand expression, 20. Preserving our inequality, only changing when we multiply or divide by negative. 12q plus 8. If I want to get q by itself, now I need to subtract 8 on both sides. Left-hand expression, 12. Preserving our inequality. Right-hand expression, 12q. Lastly, dividing by our coefficient, 12. We have 1 is greater than or equal to q, which is equivalent to saying q is less than or equal to 1. Either of these statements are correct. To graph this, draw your number line. 0 in the middle. Our number of interest, one number on the other side. We want a closed colored endpoint on 1. Since we have the equal to portion, we want numbers less than, so we shade to the left. Number 8. Begin by distributing. Connected means multiplied. 18 times r is 18r, preserving that operator. 18 times 1 is 18. From here, it is identical to the one on the right. Very similar to the one on the right. Subtracting 6r on both sides. Left-hand expression, 12r plus 18. Greater than 90. Subtracting 18. We have 12r greater than 72. Dividing both sides by 12. R greater than 6. To graph this, draw yourself a number line. 0 in the center. Number in question, one number on the other side. Here we want an open point because we lack the inequality. We want values greater than. Again, if the variable is on the left, the inequality will point in the direction that we need to shade our number line. Number 9, variables on both hand sides. We will subtract 1, subtracting 6j on both sides. I like this. 6 variable and 18 variable combination apparently. Subtracting the 6j's leaves 26. Less than or equal to 18j minus 6j will be a 12j minus 34. Solving for j, we'll add 34 on both sides. $60 on the left, 12j on the right. Dividing both sides by 12. We have 5 is less than or equal to j. An equivalent statement would be j is greater than or equal to 5. We didn't have to graph any of the ones on the second page. Either of those are correct. Number 10, begin by distributing 5. Left-hand expression remains the same. Negative 20x minus 65. When distributing, the operator remains the same unless we multiply by a negative. Variables on both sides, I will get rid of 1, adding 20x to both sides. Negative 74 plus 26x, preserving our inequality. Negative 65 on the right. adding 74 to both sides. This yields 26x is less than, I believe that's going to be 9. Dividing by 26. X is less than 9 over 26. That's the best answer. You'd get some long decimal, but if you put that, that's fine, the equivalent statement. I'm not going to look at 11 and 12 in this video. They were a bonus, but you will get credit for it if you completed them successfully. Number 13, solving for y. We'll subtract 6x on both sides. And this one's over. Y is less than 20 minus 6x. An equivalent statement would be y less than negative 6x plus 20. Either of these would be correct. Number 14, solving for y, we'll first add 20x on both sides. For y left-hand expression, greater than 24 plus 20x, or 20x plus 24, dividing by 4. Divide the whole side by 4. Equivalently, that's dividing each of these terms by 4. So we have y greater than 24 divided by 4 is 6. 20x divided by 4 is 5x. Equivalently, that's y is greater than 5x plus 6. Either of these are correct. Number 15, solving for a. Begin by subtracting d on the left and right. So we have am greater than or equal to f minus d. Solving for a, we will divide by the multiplied factor m. M divides m to leave a, preserving our inequality. This is a totally acceptable way to write it, f minus d over m, or we could break up that fraction. Either of these right side expressions are fine. Lastly, number 16. Solving for w, we begin by subtracting the 2l on the left and the right. Left side expression p minus 2l. Right side expression 2w, dividing by our coefficient 2. We are left with w is p minus 2l over 2. Totally fine way to write this. Slightly better would be to break up this division as p over 2. Minus 2l over 2, the 2 would cancel to simply leave l. And you could write the w on the left. So it would be w greater than or equal to p over 2 minus l. All of these are right and equivalent. That concludes this video.